I want to talk with you about the bottom box. Wendy and I were married in 1984, and this dream happened 1985, living in Woodstock. And it was a dream of dreams. Wendy and I, in the dream, she was late 20s, I was 30s, we were just who we are. Kind of former San Francisco, former Manhattan, or currently Manhattan, actually in my case, but definitely far left thinkers who recently became Christian. We became believers, just almost very recently. And here I'm having this dream, and Wendy and I are going to a movie. And the name of the movie is The Bottom Box. And we go into the theater, and we walk inside, and then we find a seat. And no, we don't want the seat. We keep walking, and we come to the screen, and we go inside the screen. Now we're inside the screen. We're in the film. And it's just the two of us, just at a beach, and it's really nice. It's, shallow water, and it's just nice, and suddenly it gets hot, and hotter, and hotter, and hotter, and the sky turns an ugly, kind of maroon, weird sky. And it's hot. And then from a distance, we're seeing these people running, people our age, kind of trendy looking, all nationalities too, by the way, just kind of 30, 40-year-old types, I don't know, whatever age, just kind of running, and they're scared. And we're hearing them, and they're saying, the power of Satan. And the more they said that phrase, the more frantic they became. And then they ran and they came by us, and we joined them, and we started saying the same phrase. The more we said that phrase, the more frantic and anxious we became. And then I heard a whisper. It was like the power of Christ. Is this a whisper? The power of Christ, Jesus. And then I started saying it. I said it aloud. I said it, boom. I woke up. And Wendy's right there. This is, the dream's over, and she's looking at me. She says, what happened? I said, did I make noise? She said, no. What happened? I said, well, I got to tell you, I had a dream. And we analyzed the dream, and we realized the bottom box was, whoa, that's like a coffin. But there's a dignity to death, but this bottom box was demonic. It was haunted. It was Night of the Living Dead. It was under the ground bottom box. It's Satan's kind of death. Now, Woodstock in 1985, in the 80s, when we were there, it was a lot like the world today. It was not post-Christian or postmodern. It was anti-Jesus, anti-Christ, anti-Christian. Oh, big time, big time. Particularly the Ten Commandments, anti-anything that had to do with this is right and this is wrong. Oh, whoa, whoa. Well, that's the world today. We were trained then in the world today. I was far left at one time in the 60s, 70s, even the early 80s. I was counterculture, long hair, hippie. But I'm telling you, I'm counterculture today, and I'm more counterculture than I ever was when I was on the left. But it's to the right, the way right, the spiritual right. You internalize those 10 Commandments, and you realize, wow, that's God's grace. He's protecting me from sexual immorality, sexual sin. You hate Trump, Donald Trump, you hate Donald Trump, but Donald Trump stood for the right to life. He was pro-Israel. What's going on with Israel today? What's going on with the whole world today since Trump's gone? It's exactly like we said it was going to, because lawlessness has taken over. Trump wasn't hated, it was Jesus that was hated, and that's what I want to say. This message is for people who are on the fence. And I'm telling you, normal is not good for your health. You're much better off being counterculture. But the way I'm defining it, counterculture is where it's at. What's the norm today? The norm today is passivity. You see, it's like, oh, well, I'm trying to make ends meet. I'm trying to make everybody's right. If you're a Christian for a long time, you think that Christianity is normal. Christianity is very abnormal. It's not normal at all. It never was, but particularly today. And you're trying to make ends meet. And it's passive. You see, Satan owns the fence. And passive people are on the fence. And if you're passive and you continue to stay there, you will start to become more and more normal. What's normal today? Sodom and Gomorrah is normal. I'm not just talking about the sexuality, all that crazy sexual identity issues that we have today. I'm talking about rebellion. I'm talking about bashing on the door of your house and saying, get up, and scaring you into becoming normal. But you're not normal. And I'm saying, don't even try. Moses had it right. He said he was a stranger in a strange land. And I really embrace that. I don't want to be normal. You see, at the Cana feast, the first feast of Jesus, the first miracle of Jesus, he turns the water into wine. That represents celebration. And it was a wedding. And that was the beginning of the assembly line 2,000 years ago. Now we're at the end of the assembly line. We're coming to the real wedding. You and I can have community as counterculture, completely not normal and enjoying being strangers in a strange land. We can invite people to our hearts and to our house. It's we that need to change. I need to change, but I am changing. And as I invite you, I am being invited into the wedding, in this wedding feast that's coming. It's the way I live today. I'm counterculture, and it's my revival. It's what I seek, what I want, and what I have. And it ends up going up. That's the rapture. The other one is the bottom box, and it goes down. It's trying to be normal in a world that normal is really evil. I'm Dennis Cole. I'm going up. God bless you, and thank you so much for watching.